Evening all. Just a quickie before I go on to other things. I will be doing a video on the Soviet invasion of Afghanistan, but that requires a bit of research and preparation. But this is just a quick one for now. So, Anna Soubry, some time ago, called Brexit voters extremists. Really, Anna? Let's have a look at what Remain have been up to. Well, we'll start with the Death-orendum. This is a website. I strongly advise you not to go there. But this is a website designed to count the number of elderly Leave voters who have subsequently died since the referendum. And of course, they will be replaced by teenagers too young to vote in 2016 who are now eligible to vote. And of course, they will vote to remain. But this is sick stuff. Actually, counting the dead. The dead that you don't like, the dead people who voted the way you didn't want to vote. It's absolutely sick. You know, it's a sick little website. Don't go there. Don't give them the hits that they require. Don't starve them of the oxygen of publicity. I mean, yes, we can talk about and mock about it here, but as long as we don't actually go to their site, so they don't get the clicks, right? They don't get the traffic. So don't visit that site is my recommendation. But if it was only that, then maybe we could just pass it off as a bunch of sickos on Remain. But it doesn't end there. No. Because we have Polly Toynbee, who I've said for many a time that she is just one step away from joining the 21st century equivalent of the Baader-Meinhof gang. Right? She is on walking that line. Don't be surprised if Polly Toynbee ends up as a bomb maker, robbing banks to pay for revolutionary activities with some German ne'er-do-wells. But she is on board with the Death-orendum website. She calls for it herself. Yes, she's happily she's tweeting out that she's happy to see that the death toll of Leave voters is increasing. You know, once they all become ghosts, then the young will rise up. Polly Toynbee, this is 72-year-old Polly Toynbee, I should add. But it doesn't end there. No. We have pop star Jamelia, who, frankly, the only time I ever saw Jamelia in anything was when she cameoed as herself in an episode of the Daniel Mays sitcom Plus One. But then Daniel Mays totally stole the show. She was just merely a functionary. It could have been anybody in her place. But no, she gets on Jeremy Vine's show on Channel 5 and says people over the age of 75 should lose their right to vote. Whoa! Disenfranchisement! First time in 200 years that's happened. And then what does Vine do? Does he go, no, push back? Does he ask tough questions to Jamelia how this will work? No, he doesn't. In fact, Vine winces when another panellist on his show objects to the idea of 16-year-olds voting. That's where Vine is, right? You know, old people, throw them under a bus. This is your Remainers for you. And I've got a little gem for you here. The other day, a chap called Andrew Lockley put this up on Twitter. He is a white-collar gentleman. He is I think he runs a marketing company. But, you know, educated, white-collar. But he has to say this about Brexit. Because only when Brexiteers are forced to stare into the very worst kind of hell will they finally admit the truth and choose Remain. The EU should shut down our ports, airports and banks if we leave and impose absolute subjugation. Yeah, but these are supposed to be the clever, rational ones. We're supposed to be the evil bigots. You know, this is absolutely what's happening. They think they have the moral high ground, disenfranchising old people. They hate the elderly, disenfranchising them. You know, so wanting us to be utterly ruined. To be starving, to be with no money, to be blockaded. What next? A military invasion? Well, actually, I've read some tweets advocating that, again, from university-educated white-collar people. But it doesn't end there. No. Anna Soubry. Remember the protest against her? Well, the thing with that is that she gets indignant. She gets worried after 2.5 years of telling everybody who voted to leave that they were idiots, they were bigots, including her gem. White working class people have never even met a migrant. And then people protest, they get angry, and they start chanting that she's a Nazi. And she takes offence at being called a Nazi. How dare they call her a Nazi? And a Soubry solution? The authorities should stamp on that kind of thing. Not a Nazi. So that's your Remainers. That's the morality of Remainers. Die Hard. If you've got FBPE after your name on Twitter, shame on you. You have no morals other than winning at all costs, at any cost, is the most important human value. And that's why I can't stand FBPE. There's no morality there. Anybody can be sacrificed for the cause. So I better get back and start researching more on the Soviet invasion of Afghanistan. But have a great weekend, everybody, and I'll see you soon. Off.